But today is a really exciting day for me. Yesterday, my paperback version of my new book, my Advent Journey, it's called Identifying Immanu-El, an Advent Journey. So it is a journal book, prompted journal book, where you get to dive in to finding God or rediscovering God as your partner in life, right? He's always there for you. So, who is this book for? Well, generally, anyone who's interested, right, would be ecstatic to get this book. And I'm going to put the details out how to get it up now. And, I designed it though on purpose for Catholics, and it's lectionary a cycle. So that's the year we're coming into, because the Catholic uh, liturgical cycle starts with the first Sunday of Advent. So it is cycle A. And does that mean if you're not Catholic, you can't? Of course you can. Just be aware that the readings I'm pulling from, the scripture verses I'm pulling from, are based on the lectionary cycle A for Catholics. So your lessons and sermons at your church might be different. So what kind of book is it? I already said it was a journal. It's a journey, really, a guided prayer journal to help you record your meetings with Immanu-El, God with us. And if you're like, God is not with me, I don't see him, this is definitely a book for you, because you might just need to rediscover the God who is with you always. When would you get this book? Well, it's made for Advent. So you do need to get it by November 27th. So the book you need, that's the first day of Advent. The first Sunday of Advent is November 27th. So you have about 20 days left of the month. I know it's the first, but then Christ the King is the 21st. So you definitely want to get the book by then. I think as of today, of this recording, it's a 3-day shipping, at least to where I live, right? So it may take a little bit longer to where you live, but definitely it's time to think about ordering it. Where do you get it? As you can see on the bottom scroll, actually, no, you can't see on the bottom scroll because I changed it to a tiny URL so you could capture it. But you get it on Amazon. So you can either go out to Amazon. I like Smile Amazon because then I can donate to my favorite charity. And then just type Identifying Immanu-El into their search, or just copy down this link that's below. So tinyurl.com/Immanu-El. Why do you want this book? I think I answered that a couple of times, but I just want to make sure because it helps you discover God, really, in all reality, God with us. And how do you do that? You use the different cycle readings, and you actually are prompted to do a variety of meditative and contemplative exercises to go with it. So the 3 big ones and the harder ones I also find are Lectio Divina. And so that's really slowing down the reading of the divine word and taking it in, breathing it in, and being with it. Another thing that I use is imaginative prayer. And so we're taking a scripture reading. Normally, imaginative prayer is done with a gospel reading, a gospel story, and an interaction. But some of these I'm using actually some of the Old Testament readings. From Isaiah, for example, you're streaming to the mountain of Adonai. And then another one is Ignatian Daily Examen. It's another tougher one. And that is because you're reviewing your whole day. And if you're a detailed person like me, you're like, I did this and I did this and I did this and I did this. The Ignatian Daily Examen really is more of a gloss over of your day, not listing every little thing that you did or where you found God or how you found God, the things that you did wrong, um, because that is just more of what is needed. So we need to be able to see God in our everyday experiences and be present with Him. And I think that's the hardest part for me, is to make that time to settle myself in and be present. So if you are looking for some place to start with that, definitely start with my Advent book, uh, Identifying Emmanuel, an Advent Journey. All right. Thank you. And you have a wonderful night.